Hello dear friends, today we are going to continue our talk about conditionals, and today we will learn with you but for the structure. So the topic of the lesson is but for the structure. Тема урока – структура «Если бы не». So the objective of the lesson is to learn how to use the structure but for the and to revise the other conditionals as well. Цель нашего урока – научиться использовать структуру but for the, если бы не, и повторить остальные типы придаточных условий. It's a hot day today, and we are going with friends for a swim. If it were not so hot, we wouldn't go for a swim. It's second conditional, referring to the present and future. But I can say the same in a different way. For example, but for the hot day, we wouldn't go for a swim with my friends. Как вы заметили, фраза but for the hot day синонимична придаточному условию if it were not so hot. По-русски это означает, если бы не жаркий день, мы бы не пошли поплавать с друзьями. Another example. Last week I surfed the internet. I was looking for a new job. I found the job. I telephoned them and they invited me for the interview. And you know, after the interview they gave me the job. So, if I hadn't surfed the internet, I wouldn't have found a new job. But I can say it differently. But for the internet, I wouldn't have found a new job. If I hadn't surfed the internet, I wouldn't have got a new job. Or, but for the internet, I wouldn't have got a new job. Now let's practice and change the sentences according to the model. If I hadn't surfed the internet, I wouldn't have got a new job. But for the internet, I wouldn't have got a new job. Now you do it. If my friend hadn't given us advice, we wouldn't have found a new flat in this area. But for my friend's advice, we wouldn't have found a new flat in this area. If our grandpa didn't have a hearing aid, he wouldn't be able to listen to the news. But for our grandpa's hearing aid, he wouldn't be able to listen to the news. If my parents hadn't paid for my tour, I wouldn't have visited Paris. But for my parents, I wouldn't have visited Paris. If Mike hadn't done plastic surgery, he would never have appeared on TV. But for plastic surgery, Mike would never have appeared on TV. If Kelly hadn't met her new friend, I wouldn't feel so much worried about her. But for Kelly's new friend, I wouldn't feel so much worried about her. Now it's time to relax and listen to a song with the but for structure. I want you to listen carefully and then think how you would finish the phrase but for the God's grace or but for our Lord's grace. Our lesson is over. Good luck in your studies and bye for now.